All right, so now that we've kind of got this so far, let's go ahead and we're going to come right up in here and we're going to go File, and then Place Linked, and we're going to choose our lemon PNG, and we're going to place that. Right now we have this. This is going to be right here because we did not change layers, so we're going to go ahead and hit return. Let's go ahead and move that layer above our can split so it's at the top, and then we can hit Command T, and then we can start to resize this. So maybe we don't need it that large. Kind of get it in a spot that you're where you want it to be. Make sure you hit return. One thing we can do is kind of up our contrast like we did with the can. We're going to go right over here to our fill adjustment layers, and then we're going to go to curves, and we're going to kind of drag this down, and we're going to hit Option Command G so we clip it so it's only happening here, and then we can kind of see, we can kind of get an idea right here of where we want that lemon to be at. Then with the layer mask highlighted, we're going to hit Command I, and we're going to go back to our brush tool, and if we have changed our opacity and flow, let's go back to 30 and 50 or 40, and then we're going to go ahead, make a brush a little bit smaller. We're going to start to add in some of that contrast, maybe where we would see kind of some of those shadows appear. We kind of get something like that, and then we might have another thing where we can make a new layer above that, and then if we hold Command and click on the thumbnail of that lemon layer, we kind of have this selected, and then if we hit D, that way we can start to add in some of those, a little bit darker shadows and things like that nature, and because we have it selected, we don't have to worry about it going outside of the perimeter of the lemon. We can also, when we're done with that, we can hit Command D. We can also go back down here to our shadow layer, and then we can highlight that, and we can go ahead and just hit Command J, make a copy of that, and then we're going to hit Command T. Let's go ahead and drag this over, kind of put that underneath our lemon that we have over there, and then we can hit return. We can also do the same thing with this highlight right here that we have, which I believe is this one right here. We can hit Command J and then Command T, and we can also move this kind of in this area, maybe squish it down a little bit more than we had the other one, but we kind of get something similar to that. You can play around with those and kind of get that where you want it to be. We kind of have an idea that these are getting kind of anchored down to in our composition. So we can kind of have something like that. And then let's go ahead and we're going to go back up here. We're going to go File, Place Linked. Let's go ahead and get our other lemon. It should be lemon half. Let's go ahead and place that one. We're going to go ahead and make this one smaller. Let's grab that and drag this over. Let's right click on it, and then let's go flip horizontal. So we got something like this, and then we kind of make this a little bit smaller too. Again, we might want to make our can of soda a little bit smaller. It might be okay though. And this one we can just kind of keep behind, the other can of soda, and we can do kind of that same type of thing where we have this right here, and then we go to our fill adjustment layer, and then we can go to curves. Go to curves, kind of drag this down a little bit, and then Option Command G to clip it, and then hit Command I to invert it, and then maybe we just use our brush with white on top, and we're kind of adding a little bit more. This one, you can always push this down a little bit too, but it doesn't seem like we're getting that much contrast to it. We can also add another empty layer, come down here and hold Command, click on the thumbnail of that. With black on top, we can try to add in some of those shadows there. See how that does. Went a little bit too far on part of it, so try to erase some of that too. But don't be afraid to kind of make your brush a little bit smaller and kind of mess around with that and see if you can't get it. Maybe a little bit more depth to that. So if we've kind of got that right there, maybe we kind of push another one of these ones right here. Kind of hit Command T, make another copy of that, slide that over here, behind, underneath our lemon half. Hit Command J, and then Command T, and then we can slide that over right over here behind that. Maybe squish it down a little bit. Maybe this one we kind of adjust our opacity of this one. It's a little bit more subtle. Try 80 or something like that, or 50. And then we want to add some of these shadows right here, so we can highlight a shadow, hit Command J, then slide this over, put that underneath, so we'll have to move this underneath our lemon half also, but on top of this kind of highlight area, hit Command T, and just kind of add, we've got something like this for part of it, and then we can hit Command J again, and then Command T, and then move that to the other part for our lemon wedge. We can also, if we do not see it that well, maybe this other one that we made a copy of, maybe we make it a little bit wider so we can kind of see something like that, so we can actually see that shadow of the lemon wedge too. And then once you have that, now we kind of have something like this. Again, we can double check our can of soda. I think it might be okay. We could also maybe make this lemon a little bit larger. So if we select all three of them, then when we hit Command T, now we're kind of getting a little bit better there. So yeah, maybe something like that. And then what we'll need to do is start to get our water splash in there and our logo, and then we can kind of almost be done with that.